You know what my number one question is? Is Wiggins going to play a full season? That's my number one question. If he does, they're going to be better. 5 games better, I would say.
Right.
Give me 75 games of Wiggins, 70 games of Wiggins. They're 5 games better, right. I believe, because it helps their closing lineups. It helps their connectivity from one lineup to the other. And then, like, the Jordan Poole season, and I was, like, the biggest Jordan Poole fan. It was hard to cape up for him because last year he felt like an isolated player playing a brand of basketball where no one else was riding along with him. And it wasn't just the turnovers and the shots that he missed. It was like the amount of times he gets blocked or falls down and creates turnover. And it instantaneously leads to a momentum run for the other team.
It was bad.
The amount of times where he sulked on the bench, right? And it's real. Like these things, and I tried to cape up for him in real time. But when you sulk on the bench, you can't tell me that doesn't have an effect on a Jonathan Kuminga.
No, it does.
You can't tell me that doesn't have effect on the dynamic of a small team with 12 players in a locker room. So I think removing some of those things, those variables, is going to instantly ease things in. And then when you replace some of those younger guys, a Patrick Baldwin Jr., who's 19, going through his first NBA season with a Corey Joseph and a Saric, guys that have kind of been there, done that. Right. Like, you're not holding hands. Right? We've all been in work situations with apprentices, and some apprentices are better than others, right? We just say it. It just is what it is. You know, do you have a can-do attitude? Jonathan Kuminga, I actually think it feels like he's more mature and in a spot ready to contribute. But I kept saying this, and I will continue to say this. He's only been in America for a couple of years.
Right. And that's why, but I also don't want to.
There's a learning curve.
You know, Willard and Dibbs went the route of him being the most important player. And I understand why.
That's a lot of pressure for him.
I understand why.
He's 21.
But that's what I said yesterday. I said, he's 21 years old. We put this pressure on James Wiseman, and he crumbled.
If I gave him the Kawhi, the exact same numbers as Kawhi.
I'm taking that.
12 or 14 with 6 rebounds. And the defense, now Kawhi had defense that goes beyond the box score. LeBron James at the free throw line in the finals, like, oh my God, Kawhi's checking in. If Kuminga gave you the same raw numbers and the hustle plays.
You're taking that all day long. You know, Warriors Huddle podcast, my boy Bram.
Totally agree.
Maxime and
Bram.
Marcus. Bram asked that question. He goes, everybody's talking about the year 3 leap. Over under on Jonathan Kuminga points or average points per game this year. And it was something like 14 and a half. And I kept saying, I was like, boy, I could see him being in that 12 to 13 range, which is A-okay. If you show improvement, you're getting to the cup. You're playing defense. I could put you in critical situations. That's all we want. But don't put the pressure on a 21-year-old Kuminga to say, hey, you're the most important player this year. You got to ball out. That's not fair to him. There's 6 other guys who need to ball out. First of all, the most important player on the team outside of Steph is probably Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then next is Klay Thompson. And maybe next is Kevon Looney in his health. Because he's one of the few bigs.
I don't even bring it up. We don't even bring it up. Yeah, we take it for granted. That's a really good point.
Your point about Jordan Poole, and we're going to get to Alameda, Lou, and Horace in a second here. Hang on tight, fellas. The youngsters did look up to Jordan Poole. He was that bridge for them while the veterans had their own thing going on. The youngsters, okay, Jordan Poole's been around. He was a key cog in that championship team, averaged 17 during that postseason run. That's our guy. We got to look up to JP. When JP's not leading in the way that he was last year, and it's tough to ask. I get all the variables and everything that happened. I thought he handled himself like a pro up until the Lakers series where he basically was like, dude, I need to be out of here. And it was apparent to everybody around the roster. He was done. He was checked out. He was done being a Golden State Warrior. But to your point about, you know, Kuminga now has Chris Paul or Wiggins to look up to instead of JP, and they see that JP behavior, then guess what? They're going to follow suit because they don't know any better, and that's their guy.
Well, and when, you know, like, I look at like the cafeteria room. Don't you click up with people that are like-minded?
Right.
When you're younger like that, there's a natural inclination to click up. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So having Sarge there, I love Kuminga playing with Sarge. He's going to learn a lot from him.
I'm telling you, dude.
Playing with Trace Jackson Davis.
I love Sarge.
I do too. Trace Jackson Davis has a maturity about him after playing 3 to 4 years of Indiana basketball in the Big Ten. He's already 23 years old. He's lived a little bit. Being around Kuminga being around him, I think it's going to help. It's going to help. Moody's always been a seasoned vet. He's always been a seasoned vet who didn't play. He may be the odd man out. We don't talk enough about that.
Yeah, he may be. Did you catch what happened last night with Jordan Poole?
He scored 41.
Are we going to do that all year, Warrior fans?
We'll be watching Jordan Poole unless we're winning a lot of games. Jordan Poole, 10-19, 6-12 from the three-point line, 15-16 from the free throw line, 41 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
The amount of people who Instagram DM'd me and tagged me in, look at Clay's stat line and look at Poole's stat line. I'm not going to do that.
Yep. I'm not. I mean, we did the Wiseman watch.
We're not doing it.
There was no Kuzma yesterday. No Kuzma. Muscala scored 20 in that game as well against the New York Knicks.
But do you think a lot of Warrior fans are going to be comparing and contrasting? The situations could not be more different.
I wonder. The turnover probably, I don't know.
I think we're sleeping on the championship culture there. Kuzma and Poole, it's 2 NBA champions right there.
Those might be the 2, top 25 TikTok accounts in all of, or social media accounts?
You would know. I am not on TikTok.
Individual, no?
Who's that?
Kuz. The Kuz is big on social media.
I don't know about
Juju
TikTok.
Smith?
That's where you lose me.
Jackson Mahomes?
Yeah.
That's where you lose me.
What do you
TikTok.
mean?
I just don't
Ja
TikTok.
Rule's like driver, or Ja Morant's, driver.
Oh boy.
I wish Ja
Let's go to Alameda.
Hey, that is a very highly followed social media account because people are trying to find the Zapruder film with him with firearms.
Let's go to Alameda Lou. Alameda Lou. What's happening?
Lou? Sweet Lou.
No, it's Alameda
Hey,
Lou.
fellas, how you doing?
Alameda Lou. That's what it is. Come on. It's not Sweet Lou. He's Alameda Lou.
Lou.
All Lou's are Sweet Lou's.
Oh, gosh.
Sweet Lou. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We're on. Okay, so I wanted to start it by giving you guys some advice for your significant others. Take them on a romantic island getaway vacation to Alameda.
Okay. What else?
All right, there we go. Anyways,
I thought you were going to say Lathrop.
The Warriors.
I thought you were going to say Hawaii or something like some very. He had me all ears. I was like, what island is this?
I did too. I was
Pacific
like,
Ocean, Atlantic
did
Ocean.
Michelle tell you to
We're going
call
out
in?
of Thailand, off of Thailand, the Philippines. Where are we going?
All right. Yeah, got it. It's close to Oakland, and I like Oakland. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the Warriors' trajectory kind of mirrors the Spurs in their dynastic run. And I kind of want to advocate for Clay at some point embracing a 6-man role with the Warriors.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, there we go. I think Clay basically fits the Manu Ginobili role moving forward. Maybe not this year because it's unrealistic, but maybe in his next contract. And the other part of that is I think Jonathan Kuminga could slide into a Kawhi Leonard-esque position for the Golden State Warriors.
Can both of those things coexist, Monte? Can Jonathan Kuminga take a massive leap forward?
It's so hard to play with Stephen Curry.
And Klay Thompson?
We saw Kelly Oubre Jr. not know where to be. And I'm not saying that's not where Jonathan Kuminga is, but you're asking Kuminga to do that.
Well, no,
that's not fair to him.
Let's talk about this year for success. Draymond and Klay Thompson and Kuminga. It does feel like one of those three, for Kuminga to emerge more, one of those three might have to take one of the two might have to take a lesser role. Am I reading that wrong?
Again,
or a different role.
The whole starting thing.
I don't know about starting.
I just get lost with it. Like Kuminga played 29 minutes and 25 seconds yesterday.
But
for
no
all
Draymond.
The plus-minus geeks will say he was a minus 17.
I thought he was good.
I thought he was solid, but he turned the ball over.
Yeah.
He had some rough passes.
The handles
here and
aren't
there.
as great.
No, they're not. He doesn't need to handle as much.
But neither would
he's
Jay
learning.
Riches.
But you look up and it's 18-6, and he's 7-14 from the floor. Got to the free throw line twice. I don't know. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on Jonathan Kuminga to say, hey, you need to be the savior for us to win a championship. All I need him to do is improve. And can you be a key cog when I get to the postseason?
Well, is my biggest question when it comes to Kuminga.
He didn't play the playoffs, Shasky.
Is Steve Kerr going to allow him to play through mistakes?
Right.
When he has bench alternatives that maybe he wants to take a look at or believes in more.
Yeah.
Like, that's the number one question. I think, to me, it's all about Kuminga's details.
Yeah.
The little things.
Clay's never going to be a Ginobili type. He's going to come in and shoot the basketball.
Ginobili facilitated more.
Oh, he read a lot of point guard. A lot of point guard for that Spurs team. Drove to the rack.
Could he be more Ray Allen at the end of his career?
Maybe with the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Does he need to be that on this team, though?
I think they need a little more, but I think they need more.
Because I think you need his size.
Yeah, I was going to say the rebounding, I think, is going to be important.
And
I think for me, we were emphasizing, Kuminga's got to rebound more. I think Clay can find a lot more value in the grunt work.
Yeah.
If he can be more of a rebounder, I think that will help his value on the court.
7 rebounds yesterday for Clay.
And a couple of big ones in the final
down the
couple
stretch.
minutes.
Yeah, no doubt.